Hello and welcome back to another Demis Hellen tutorial. As you can see, we're going to look at the Valhalla SuperMassive. This is a free reverb / delay / pointillistic craziness. That is what it's described as on the website. Maybe not in the exact words, but this is some pretty good stuff. I've just had a really quick flick through this, and we're just going to listen to see what we can do in terms of using the different modes, see what the presets sound like, and just have a general look over it. And if you enjoy these tutorials, let me know down in the comments and hit the like button as well. Helps share it to other people that are like-minded and want to learn music production and improve their game. Okay, so we have the usual interface. You can see it's quite clean, cut, easy to see. We have some usual features here, the mix and width, delay and warp. It's like a bit like modulation on certain modes. That's the impression it gives me anyway, just off that first kind of 5 minutes of just having a quick mess around. We have some options down here to change it from milliseconds to notes, dotted, triplets, etc. Then we have our feedback and density mod, which has the rate and depth, and EQ for high and low. Then we have our modes and presets down here, which we'll get into, and the usual resizing. So let's resize this so you can see this clearly. Alright, so we have our synth master layer here, which is just playing a very dry melodic sequence. I've turned the reverb and the delay in-house on synth master, so we have this. Super dry, and we're going to turn this super massive. So let's turn this on. Okay, so there we are. That is the Valhalla SuperMassive. Sounds pretty nice, pretty clear. A lot of good little effects in there. We can create some interesting sounds and use it for all sorts of crazy sound design in tracks or atmospheric things in the background. So that was using the Gemini mode on the default preset. So it's just preset settings, nothing too spectacular. And you can see I changed a few things there. So let's have a look into the modes. So we were on Gemini there, and next one is Hydra. So I'm going to leave it playing with some quite elaborate settings. We'll get it so we can hear something obvious, bit of mod rate. We'll take the EQ off there and things like that. So let's just get this set up first. Okay, so that sounds pretty good. Let's change the mode whilst it's playing and you'll hear what these modes are doing. That is a definition of supermassive. I think that sums up the Valhalla SuperMassive in just one mode. Just by switching that to Hydra, we get this huge long decay. And you can see here it says double echoes and long decay. If we head to the website here, you can see here Hydra, fattish attack, short decay, low to high echo density, depending on the density control settings. So let's go back and have a mess around. increase this feedback, we're going to get more of a reverb type effect. Absolutely epic plugin. I'm already liking this. This sounds super fat. Exactly what it says. So let's just hover over some of the buttons and we'll learn what is happening. So we know what mix and width are doing. We know what delay is doing. So warp. Down here it says adjust the delay length relative to the delay setting. So if we have this set at whatever, this is going to essentially adjust its length relative to the setting of that. And as you can see there as well, if we set the delay to 0%, not the delay, sorry, the warp to 0%, it will not do anything. It'll just essentially match what is happening. All the delays are the same length. Down here we have our subdivisions. So let's look at feedback, controls the amount of feedback, density. So a lot of people don't understand what density does, but you can see there it controls the density of the echo when the feedback is turned up. So we have 0% as discrete and 100% as echoes quickly turn to reverb. So the density is just how densely packed those echoes are. The more there are, the more it turns into that reverb sound that you hear. Then we have the moderate there. You can see standard stuff, depth, low and high. So all very simple. The warp is the main feature here for me. This is the centerpiece, and you can see obviously they've made an effort to make sure that this is the main part of the plugin. Okay, moving on to the next mode, let's look at Centaurus. So let's have a look at what this one does. Repeating echoes that can become a longer reverb. So let's have a listen. Let's go from Hydra to Centaurus. Just put this up here. Ooh, that's quite subtle, but it sounds really, really nice. So just on this setting that we're on at the moment, it sits back quite a lot in the mix, which is pretty handy for me in terms of stopping reverbs washing over. That's quite an interesting idea. So let's just increase the feedback a bit, turn the density down. So you can hear the obvious repeating delays there. So we take it over 50%, then it becomes a reverb. Okay, let's switch the mode to Sagittarius. This is long reverbs, repeating echoes with slow attacks. So you can hear it takes a long time to kick in, that's quite nice. Let's just wait for that to dissipate. It's almost like you're automating the volume of the Valhalla SuperMassive to start at a little bit of a later date. It's quite nice. Beautiful. Let's go from Sagittarius to Great Annihilator. Repeating echoes with huge reverb. could make some great atmospheres in the background for your trance tracks there. Even if you're making some sort of down-tempo music, whatever genre you are, this does have a place to create that lovely blended effect in your track where everything's seamless. So Great Annihilator, I do like that one. I think it's between Centaurus and Great Annihilator at the moment for my favourites. Let's switch to Andromeda. Long reverbs, repeating echoes, long decays and slow attacks. That sounds really nice on a dotted 8th note with this particular melody line. That has got some long decays, obviously depending on the settings that you have here. Okay, let's go from Andromeda to Lyra. Single echoes and low density. Interesting. So even if we turn feedback and density up, crazy. So we can obviously reverse that effect by feedback in 100%. Let's have a listen a little bit lower. So it's got a little bit of echo, but at the same time it sounds like it's in a small box room. Feedback there to control the intensity. That's quite subtle. I like this, how subtle the Lyra mode is there. I think that's going to be my favourite there because you have a lot more control over the sound there. You can get more intricate detail with the delays and carefully moulding that feedback and density there. Okay, finally Capricorn. Single echoes, medium density, so similar to the Lyra, but it's got the medium density rather than very low density. Okay, so there we are. There are the modes, right from Gemini to Capricorn there. Really liking the name and structure as well. Let's take a look at some presets. So we have quite a few here as usual. Let's pick echoes, let's pick synth, and let's pick lead synth delay. It's almost giving that impression of a reverse delay and reverb. I like that one. Let's have a listen to synth wider. So it's using Hydra mode there. So I'm just going to load another one to see if it changes. It does. It changes the mode as well on the presets. Reverse 8th notes. Really nice. Let's have a listen to reverbs. Let's go to Z Massive and we'll pick billions and billions. I imagine this is going to be quite an intense preset. So there we have it. We do have so many different presets, echoes, mod, reverbs and sound effects here, and you can see all these crazy names and so much things that we want to dive into and have a look at. So you can do some ensembles and flanging and chorusing. Let's try slow flange. Multi-flange. Ambient, small dark room. Okay, so there we are, there we have it. That is the Valhalla SuperMassive. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and just the walkthrough really. It's more of a review than a tutorial, but if you did find this tutorial useful, let me know down in the comments. I answer everybody and get back to everybody within a decent amount of time, and hit the like button to share it with like-minded producers like yourself to discover new videos to better themselves. And finally, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. That is 3 videos per week on various trance topics and music production in general. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.